Hi, my name's Shen, and I'm the author of The Comeback, a middle grade novel about a 12-year-old figure skater named Maxine Chen, who's just trying to make it to nationals, make new friends, and deal with middle school bullies. I too was a figure skater when I was 12, although I wasn't nearly as good. I'm going to be reading a couple of excerpts from the book. Chapter 1, Mornings. Girls who skate always think they're the next Olympians. If I just nail that axel and tweak that 3-turn, I'll win gold. I'll become a star. I'll be on TV. I'll make America proud. You have to be 15 to be eligible for the Olympics. I've got 3 more years to go. But I don't just think I'll get there. I promise I will. Maxine Chen, arms up. Coach Judy only uses my full name when she's annoyed at me. Pulling me out of my 6 a.m. daydreams, she points at my twiggy arms, which have lowered to my sides as I skate around the rink. An eagle, she always reminds me, that's what you should look like. I grin, wildly flapping my arms as I drift across the ice. Judy rolls her eyes. Morning curves through the thin line of windows tracing the rink's walls. Outside, shopkeepers on Main Street will soon unlock their doors, offering tourists refrigerator magnets and hooded Adirondack sweatshirts. Kayakers will take out their boats for a final paddle before the lake freezes over. The mountains will stretch from the shadows and graze the horizon. Life will begin, but for now, I only hear the skid of my skates as they power down the ice. This is my favorite form of silence. This is where the magic happens. I flap my eagle wings all the way to Judy, who is simultaneously scowling and chugging a thermos of black coffee. She may be the greatest skating coach in all of Lake Placid, but she is the worst morning person. I can fly higher than an eagle, I sing to her. Oh, you are the wind beneath my wings. I end my serenade with a toe pick in the ice, arms out, head thrown back. I close my eyes for dramatic effect. I think this is how I should end my free skate. Even though I can't see her, I can tell she's smirking at me. If you start cawing, I will take you off the ice, she says. I swing my head back to her, flipping my ponytail over my shoulder. Why, coach, I would never. Judy sets down her thermos and shakes her head. You're ridiculous, she tells me, but a hint of a smile appears on her lips. Now let's see that double axel. I groan. The double axel is my worst jump. It's the only one you have to take off facing forward. Then you pull your whole weight into the air and rotate around not once, but 2.5 times until somehow you manage to land on your right foot, arms out, left leg extended, triumphant. Honestly, I don't see why figure skaters aren't considered superheroes. I take a deep breath and start my backwards crossovers. I know without looking at Judy is practically boring holes into my skates, waiting for them to push off. I envision her face as 9 middle-aged judges squinting at me, glasses sliding down their noses, parkas zipped up to their necks, writing down scores that could make or break my entire skating career. You got this, I tell myself. I imagine Mirai Nagasu before me. She's one of my favorite skaters, partly because we're both Asian American. But what makes her really special is that she's the first American woman to land a triple axel at the Olympics. That's 3.5 rotations in the air, which lends her true superhero status. I think of her fist pumped in the sky as she finishes her flawless routine, her coach jumping up and down by the boards, the crowd screaming, the tears on her face as she finally delivers. I push off. My body feels heavy in the air. And then it feels like nothing at all, like I'm on one of those teacups from Magic Island Park that's just turning and turning till it comes to a rest. Before I know it, I'm back on the ice, arms out, leg perfectly stretched. I slow to a stop and look up at Judy. She's beaming. If you do exactly that at regionals, she says, you'll definitely medal. It's my turn to pump my fist in the air. I may not be Mirai Nagasu yet, but just you wait. And that's chapter 1 of The Comeback. Thank you so much for reading with me, and remember, whether you're a future figure skater or firefighter or artist, your dreams are always within reach.